Feed your children meat or go to prison? Let's talk about it. There is a politician in Italy by the name of Elvira Savino that wants to pass a bill to make it illegal for parents to feed their children a vegan way of eating. And the reason I say vegan way of eating, because I don't like to use the word diet, because diet has the root word die, and we don't diet, we live it. So this lawmaker, she wants to pass a law that makes it illegal for parents to feed their children in a vegan way. Now, this is the way the news is reporting it. The news is reporting that it will be illegal for parents to feed their children vegan. But there's another way you could word that. And that way is by saying it is illegal to not feed your children meat. Because that's what it boils down to. It will be illegal in Italy to not feed your children meat. Now, what's crazy about that is Italy has a childhood obesity problem. According to the studies that were done, 30% of the children in Italy are obese. That's 1/3. 1/3 of all the children in Italy are obese. So now, this is the thing. How is it that they could even consider making it a law to stop parents from putting their children on a vegan lifestyle? It seems to me that people that overfeed their children are killing their children. So why is there nothing being done about that in Italy? I mean, let's be honest. The Italians are not known for eating healthy. The Italians are some of the most unhealthy people on the planet. According to studies that were done, the obesity problem in Italy is the highest in the world. They have a higher percentage of fat children than anybody. So this is like a real ridiculous idea, and I suspect that the meat industry in Italy is behind it. If you look at how bad people eat around the world, in Europe and in America, one of the main cuisines that is adding to the obesity problem around the world is Italian food. With all due respect, the Italian society is a society of gluttony. It's a society that promotes overeating. If you just eliminated Italian food and fast food, you would cure a lot of the health problems around the world. I mean, Italians are the ones that are promoting all of these sausages and meatballs and the overabundance of pasta and bread. So it's mighty peculiar that one of the countries that has the most obese children has the nerve to even consider bothering parents because they want to feed their children in a vegan way of eating. When it's the vegans that are part of the 2/3 of the population in Italy that are not obese. And the studies have been done in Italy and all over Europe, and they have come to the conclusion that, especially in Italy, if they don't do something about the obesity problem with their children, they are going to face a health epidemic in the near future. Now, this gets into a whole lot of different things because people have been too lax and have let government start interfering in personal and family situations. There's no need for the government to monitor how you feed your children, whether you overfeed them or underfeed them, unless you are actually locking them up and starving them and keeping them from food, or taking them and forcing them to eat food. There's no crime that has been committed. Parents have to have the right to raise their children the way they choose. I totally disagree with cities, states, countries, lawmakers, and schools telling our children how to live. We're letting government turn into this 666 mark of the beast society where they're going to start coming in your homes and telling you all type of things. Because who's going to monitor who's a vegan and who's not? So your child comes to school one day in Italy and don't want to eat the hot dog, and the next thing the police are at the parent's door. And I suspect you will see more of this anti-vegan type of mentality. And the reason is because the meat industry is the backbone of the Babylon system. Just look at the situation. What do they put on the television Thanksgiving? They'll show you some people out at a shelter, a homeless shelter, or at a food pantry, feeding the hungry, feeding the homeless. Why do they show you that? Once they show you that, what is the purpose? The purpose is to scare you. You're off work. You're sitting there with your family with a whole bunch of food. They show you, look, these people don't have no food at all. They out here homeless. They out here hungry. They do the same thing on Christmas. They show you, oh, look, we're helping the homeless people. They don't care about them homeless people. They doing that to scare you. Oh, I don't want to be homeless. I got to get my ass up and go to work. Oh, thank God I got this ham and this beef and this pork and all of this garbage I could eat. Boy, I better eat as much as I can. Then you tell your kids, eat all your food. Some people don't have nothing to eat. And the food you feeding your children ain't nothing but garbage. The food they feed them homeless people is nothing but garbage. Now, some people will say, how can I say the meat industry is the main staple of the Babylon system? Let's look at America. When the Europeans came to America and started taking the land from the Native Americans, what was one of the main industries that they were trying to set up? It was the cattle industry. It was the cowboy. The buffalo were shot down dead and killed because they were out on land that was going to be used for ranches for cattle. Before the discovery of petroleum, oil, and before America invented the automobile, the number one industry in the United States was the cattle industry. The cattle industry and the beef industry was the main money maker, and that was the one that put the money behind the farms and the farmers and the plantation owners that bought the slaves. If it wasn't for the cattle industry, the plantation owners wouldn't have had all them nice plantations. They always show you those plantations and show those people out there picking cotton and stuff like that. But all of those farms in the South, in Alabama, Mississippi, and throughout there, they all had lots of cattle. The beef industry and the pork industry and all the dead flesh industries are a main staple of the Babylon system. So Italy is panicking because if people start becoming vegan, it will shake up their system. It will knock certain people out of power and put certain people into power. Okay? You open up Amy's. Now you got Amy's fast food, vegan fast food. You're a threat to McDonald's. What will happen in Italy if people stop eating all that meat? What will happen in America if people start eating all that meat? What will happen all over the world if people stop eating all these dead animals? Economies will fall, corporations will fall, and new corporations will rise. And it would allow people that want to make money in a positive manner to start being in control of this planet, rather than pirates and vampires that want to make money at any cost and that don't believe that there's even a God or a creator. That's a whole nother story for another day. So this is why vegans in Italy are a threat. It's a threat to the Babylon system.